before God, and we, undersigned elders and senior circles and lawful possessors of the crown of the land now named and known to the world as Australia, hereby declare everlasting autonomy and independence to the world and state the immutable and inarguable fact that we are independent from the Crown of England, and that we are independent from fraudulent and corporate federal government of Australia, along with their fraudulent and corporate state, local and territorial governments. We state as a senior circle of elders that we have the right to lawfully and correctly act within the continuous private members' association, both in this land and in history of the world. It is hence factually stated that our private members' association supersedes your many PMAs in time and authority, and therefore formally declare a state of peace between our people and the belligerent occupying force of the corporate Australian federal government. We declare that this peacefully, according to the law of nations and according to the Judge Advocate General, such as we invoke all the rights of returning to a sovereign, ruled by God, citizen, and demand the rights afforded to as ours de combat under the laws of nation and the JAG laws. We further demand that this declaration and belligerent occupational force and government of the federal government of Australia no longer interfere in any way with the people as we travel and reinvigorate our laws and before God and common law courts establish trade, commerce and industry to reconstruct our rightful government over our land with God as our head of our people. We further state the lawful, inarguable, immutable facts that we are not your people, but we are citizens, and you have no lawful or moral right to make law or government over our people. And under the laws of nation, you may not force association. Your so-called voice to Parliament is invalid as a nation and as a people, and is unlawful and unlawful in every respect. We further state that you do not listen to our voice or sufferings of your own people. We do not trust you or your government in any way. We do not share our sovereignty with you, and we have no intention of entering into a social pact or any contract or treaty with the federal government of Australia in any way. Your occupation as a government force over the people of the land of Australia and acting as administrators from your military bases in Canberra and Norfolk Island is unlawful, repugnant to us as all the peoples of this land. We state our opinion that your governments are historically and presently guilty of international crimes of murder, child trafficking, human trafficking, child rape, theft, land fraud, genocide, cultural genocide, and other horrendous crimes against our people, too numerous to accurately record. We also state our opinion that your governments are guilty of the same crimes against your own Australian citizens. You have failed the people of this land as a government, and if you are left unchecked and in power, you will continue to lead all the people of this land to their destruction, giving them over to perversions and privatizations of poverty, industrial domination and control and ownership of foreign powers corporations. And you are spiritually dark and depraved energy of this world and this nation. So we direct to you immediately, in the name of Jesus, to cease all migration into our land, so that we might commence to lawfully and fairly reunite all people who are agreeable and lawfully residing in this land under an even system of common law, where all men and women have recourse to justice fairly and equally, and will become one people living under peace of the laws of creation and under the laws of the Creator of heaven and earth, with equal rights and equal responsibilities for all. We state our intention to retain sovereignty of this land for all the peoples of this land, regardless of their skin, tone, or ethnic origin, and not yield it to foreign powers or organization or corporations. We clearly state to the world that this land, its wealth, its people of the land will be joined together to become one people within a superior and lawful constitutional nation, created in accordance with the land and the law of nations and the law of equity under the Creator of the God of heaven and earth, where you are governed by law and those who make the law. This is the statement and declaration of the independence of the people, of the governments of the world, and the federal government of Australia, and to the King of England. May the Creator bless us in our sacred endeavor. May our faith in justice be protected, for we are committed to the law of justice, to healing, peace, prosperous future, and the intercession of all families, that people of all nations will prosper here. And we will not be deemed criminals as we move forward into an inevitable transition of government. We desire peaceful, transparent, and intelligent negotiations at the highest level. We hereby state that we are the lawful sovereigns of this land and its people. We are under the true law and protection of our Creator for the good of the people and the good of the land, and we will not yield to our sovereignty, to our sacred responsibility. We are the crown. And this declaration was executed on the 11th day of October 2023 by the Daira Banua, Senior Matriarch, and Biri Gaba, and the Sovereign Nation.